Welcome to Tiger Talks Wrestling. This is your host, Tony, and today we are doing a WWE No Mercy prediction show. I am joined by BTW's Dustin Reagan.
What up?
Hey, man. And the VTW YouTube champion, the Outlaw DLock.
Howdy.
Guys, how we doing
Howdy,
today?
ho. Doing good. Just driving along, living the life. Ah, shit. Dropped my dip. All right, this is gonna be. It's gonna be a good day, guys.
Sure, it will be.
On the road again. We on the road again. On the highway. At least it's pouches.
Alright, guys, let's get into it. You've seen my last prediction shows. We had a little bit of fun with these prediction shows, in my opinion. And for the first thing that we're going to go over is going to be the kickoff match that they just announced yesterday. A thrown together match, as usual, with most of the kickoff matches. As Titus Worldwide member Apollo Crews will face Elias.
Samson.
Sure. Vince took it away from you.
His name's Elias Sampson, not Elias.
Right?
It's whatever they want it to be. Because it's America. Free will.
And it's Vince McMahon. He likes to take people's last names away from them. Whether you want to admit it or not. But with it being thrown together and how things have been going for both guys, I'll start off the predictions by saying Elias is winning this match.
Alright, Dustin. Guitar Boy.
Do we have to get started on the whole guitar gimmick?
Yeah, he'll sit up. He'll put him to sleep with the guitar with us.
Right?
Stay on the highway.
I can't believe how much Booker and Michael Cole try to talk up Elias playing on the guitar and his singing. Like, that dude sucks. What are you guys talking about? What are you listening to?
I agree. Now I'm just gonna go with Elias. Clean sweep.
Right? Yeah, I can't see. Cruz hasn't been on that much of a streak of other than losing. He won his last match against Kurt Hawkins on Monday, but I just don't see.
He's got a losing streak.
Yeah. Speaking of losing streak, Kurt Hawkins, I believe, right now is at 117 or 18 or somewhere around there.
He'll beat Goldberg's record, but backwards.
Right. I was going to say, he's the reverse Asuka right now, so. But yeah. And Elias, they seem like they're pushing to the moon for the most part, so. Just don't see Apollo Crews getting the win at all, even with Titus O'Neil more than likely at ringside with him.
I agree.
So what do you guys think of Titus O'Neil pretty much being a manager nowadays instead of in the ring?
I like it better. I mean, his in-ring talent's okay, but I mean, he's better off a manager.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree. I was, I think, more impressed with him when he was teaming with Darren Young than what I was as a solo competitor, so. He's a big man. It's surprising Vince didn't try to push him more than he ever did because of being a big man, but the manager role seems to fit him pretty well, in my thought.
I think he does that a little bit better. So.
Yeah.
I fall asleep either way, so it doesn't matter.
Gotcha. I mean, I didn't care for the whole Titus Worldwide thing when it first started, but when they added in Akira Tozawa, I thought it made it a little bit better.
I still fall asleep.
Gotcha, dude. Alright. Let's move on to the actual show. The first match I want to go over is one that was actually...
Oh, my bad, go ahead.
One that actually was just announced on Monday night as the main event gave you who the challenger would be in the match. That being Jason Jordan facing The Miz with the Miztourage in the Intercontinental Championship match.
Why do I feel like Jason Jordan's going to win?
Not really.
Since Miz is having a baby.
Yeah, well, Maurice is, but yeah.
Yeah, get the point.
Yeah. You know, for me,
I don't know, maybe.
For me, I'm not sure which way to go with this one, to be honest with you. I know they're trying to push Jason a little bit, but I still think it's honestly a little too soon to take it off of Miz. Since they didn't give it to Jeff Hardy, why give it to Jason Jordan? You know?
I'll go Jason Jordan, and I still won't be watching this one either.
Yeah, they need to do something different with Jordan, that's for sure. This whole...
They just the whole program.
Yeah. No,
it sucks. Kind of the last vindication we had.
Right. The whole storyline of Jason being Kurt Angle's son's been shitty, so that's that. Okay. So I think that's all we got to say about that match. I'm gonna go with Miz. That's my actual prediction on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my eyelids, so I will be asleep.
But yeah. So moving on from that match, we'll move into what was originally supposed to be a Fatal 4-Way, but is now going to be a Fatal 5-Way match for the Raw Women's title. When Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, defends against Sasha Banks, Emma, Nia Jax, and the returning Bayley.
I'm going to go Emma.
Really?
Wow. Why? Why not? I'll still be probably asleep.
Okay. Be like we got.
I don't think Nia's going to win. I don't think Sasha's going to win. Emma's not going to win. I'm just going to go with Bliss retaining. Somehow, some way.
Right. I mentioned this during my SummerSlam prediction show. A lot of people like to sing the praises of Charlotte and Sasha Banks, but over the last year, ever since the draft happened, in my opinion, Alexa Bliss has been the best all-around female competitor in WWE. So, and I'm not a huge Alexa Bliss fan, but I still got to be real, recognizing real, you know. It's facts.
Alexa Bliss, she's my wife, damn it.
I think I have to agree with you, though, DLock. I think Alexa Bliss will somehow finagle her way into retaining the title for one reason. We all know who's coming in the women's division on Raw.
I'm going to go Emma for the simple fact that Asuka has whooped her before.
That could be a good point, but I don't think they'll give her that shot, to be honest. They might, but...
Or, knowing how WWE is, Asuka will come in, interfere, and Nia Jax will win, and they'll be a team. You know why? Because they're both foreigners. That's how things work out around here. And I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
I'm not trying to sound racist, but that's how it is. All foreigners are heels, all factions.
For the most part, yeah, you're right. And that you can't say necessarily all foreigners, because Shinsuke Nakamura is not a heel, but...
Yeah, well, there's a select few.
Yeah, there is a select few that are not. But yeah, I think Bliss will somehow manage to retain it, and when she does lose it, it'll be to Asuka when she debuts. But we'll see. Speaking of the women's division, somebody else is supposed to be returning, but from what I heard, might be on SmackDown instead of Raw, that she's actually supposed to be part of the roster of.
Yeah, I also heard she also already got smacked down. Am I right? Am I right?
So it sounds. Or it seems. So.
Let's keep it
She went out on
PG.
top, you know.
Let's keep it PG, not rated R.
Like your boy, Xavier.
But yeah, I think just to touch on the paid subject here, she'll help either one of the two women's divisions, no matter which one she comes into.
I agree.
Alright. So moving on from the women's title match, let's move into another match that some of us might find as a sleeper. Pun intended. Enzo Amore facing Neville for the Cruiserweight title.
I'll probably just watch it, see Enzo get whooped.
Right?
$5, Enzo wins this thing.
Shut up. No.
Promise you.
So you're going with Enzo, Dustin?
Yep, because they're gonna f it up as much as they possibly can.
You know, in a way, I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen, but I really hope to hell that the King of the Cruiserweights retains the title. Because Enzo is a joke. Let's be honest.
The fact that Cedric Alexander has not got a tower shot yet blows my mind.
Right? No, instead they're putting him in this feud with Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher, who's all of a sudden decided to align with Brian Kendrick.
Yep. That makes a lot of sense, don't it?
No.
He fucking got his finest. Hey, I guess we took over them.
But yeah, I'm going with Neville to retain the title. That your pick, too, DLock?
Yep.
I thought it was there. I wouldn't.
Just a pictured ass whipping.
Right? I mean, look at what Enzo's gone through over the last couple weeks with all the backstage crap he's had to deal with and getting destroyed left and right by everybody, including what a shot he took by Braun Strowman on Monday.
That was funny.
That's just effing stupid.
Yeah, but it was still probably one of the best parts of that entire segment.
They can fix the cruiserweight with one thing: let cruiserweights fight heavyweights too.
Right? You
Finn
got him.
Balor, a cruiserweight.
Technically, yes.
He's fighting heavyweight. Seth Rollins is a cruiserweight.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric Alexander is probably not even a cruiserweight.
They bill him as one, but yeah, I'd agree with you. I could easily see Cedric Alexander competing for the Intercontinental title. And I think he'd be a better competitor for Miz than Jason Jordan, to be honest. So.
My left pinky toe's a better competitor than that one.
Was it going to be the left? It could be the right.
I'm still asleep at this point, so it doesn't matter anyway.
But yeah. I'm just hoping they don't give the title to Enzo in the long run.
I'm gonna get ready to get disappointed.
Hey, it could happen. Might be. We'll find out
Oh,
tomorrow night.
Vince.
Yeah.
Vince might hate him, but he hates us more. We got them in the hole because it's on the network, which, ain't a good idea.
Right.
Alright, next match.
Move on to what's being billed as man versus man. This is Bray Wyatt's facing Finn Balor.
Here we go again.
Not interested. Balor's going to win. Needs to stop.
I'm going to go Bray Wyatt because they're doing this thing man to man. They're going to continue it in the Royal Rumble when it's the Demon versus complete Eater of Worlds type shit thing. Yeah.
I really hope you're wrong on that. Because Finn Balor Bray Wyatt does as well, but Finn Balor definitely deserves a lot more than what he's gotten since he's come back from injury.
You see, you got to look at it. No Mercy is just a pay-per-view to build to other pay-per-view. That's what it's going to be.
Sure. I agree with that.
95% of the matches you see on this show, you will see on the next big pay-per-view. Promise you.
Well, I don't know about that because the next big pay-per-view is Survivor Series, so yes, and
You'll see Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor.
maybe in a team match.
You'll see something. I don't even
Alright.
know. So I got Bray Wyatt.
I'm gonna go with Finn Balor on that one as well. So
I'm gonna go with Finn.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Bray win either, though. But I'm going with Finn. But yeah, we could talk for, I'm sure, hours on the way that both of those two guys have been booked in WWE.
Finn Balor and Bray. Poor Bray.
One word. Shit.
Right?
2 words. My life.
Well, speaking of your life, little segue there, Dustin.
3 words. My life also.
Let's move into the tag team title match. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Ambrose and Rollins.
No, see, now you put this on here, and now it's just flipping offended me. It's Cesaro, Sheamus and Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose and me.
Okay.
Cut my on your butt ripe. You know, tear it down, burn it down. Has the same kind of intro with it. Does anyone else find this hilarious? Because I sure as hell don't.
Right?
I hope so. Sheamus wins.
Sheamus?
So Sheamus.
Alright.
Screw that theme song and screw him.
I've got Ambrose and Rollins retaining.
See, there you go again. You're offending the guest here. It's Ambrose and me.
Okay. Ambrose and you winning.
Thank you.
You're welcome. DLock, who you got?
I don't know. I feel like they might lose, and then Dean turns on him. I don't know.
You better not turn on my ass.
I
but
think
I'm probably still gonna go Seth and Dean.
Damn it, Dylan.
You don't have long hair.
It's my theme song, so I guess I grew it out, put a wig on. You're not gonna be just for this shit.
yeah.
I bet your foul fingers didn't have a big dick either when he did that shit.
Wow.
Mae Young did not actually have a baby hand.
What the?
So maybe I have long hair and I hide it with CTW. You don't fucking know me.
I have a feeling that's not true.
You feeling it's wrong, buddy.
I've known you all my life. I know you don't have a fucking wig.
And you don't find it ironic. I'm on CTW, tear it down, testing the waters, and then I come back out on WWE, the national thing, and it goes, put it down. I'm pissed. I'm even more pissed now because the car here on the 60-mile freeway has to go 45 in the middle lane.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay. So then we got 2 other matches. The 2 biggest matches on the card to go over.
Yeah, the 2 I'll only be awake for.
Now, I'm actually going to do this probably a little backwards from what you guys think is actually going to be the main event, but let's start with Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman for the Universal title.
As much as I love Braun wanting to win, Brock's probably gonna win.
I would have to agree with you on that.
As much as I hate him.
Right? I know a lot of people are picking Braun Strowman to win if you look on Twitter and other forms of social media, but I don't see him getting the title from Brock Lesnar win. Not right now, anyways.
When Brock's been getting his ass whipped every Raw.
Right? That's one thing that I'm worried of Enzo possibly winning the Cruiserweight title because he's been getting his ass kicked by Neville for the most part lately, so. What you got, Dustin?
Well, if I'm loud, you might want to put this on low You're about to hear a rant.
Okay.
Alright, you've been warned.
Gotcha.
The issue with this whole thing is we put it on social media. You know, let me hear what you have to say. Who do you think will win? Well, then everyone picks Braun, and then WWE's bright ass thinks, oh, okay, we'll go with Brock. So this is how the match is going to go. They're going to come out, Braun's going to beat his butt about 2 minutes, then Lesnar's going to take him, F5 to probably throws the announcement tables, rolling back in the ring, Braun's going to get back up like he usually does, like he should, and then Brock's going to F5 and 1, 2, 3, 5 minutes later win the back. Social media is ruining everything about this whole world. Social media, the president's on social media, for God's sakes. The president.
That's true.
And now we're going to put WWE and all this crap on it. Social media is nothing more than a bunch of cowards that can't say nothing to people's faces just so they can complain and whine about something. If Braun wins, they're going to complain that Brock lost. If Brock wins, they're going to complain that Braun lost. You can't win with these people nowadays, and I guess WWE done gave up on hope. And I done did too, because this is just stiff and stupid. So I'm going to pick Brock Lesnar because everyone's wanting Braun to win so people can have something to bitch about.
Right.
Alright, I'm done.
Yeah, I've got Brock Lesnar retaining the title too. Like I said, I just don't see Braun Strowman getting it for right now, and I hope that they have Braun Strowman look like the beast that he is still, and maybe even take out Lesnar after the match again. But we'll see what happens there.
I don't. Either way they go, whoever wins, wins. No one gets taken out because that's just a cheap way out.
The main thing I think that's going to partially play into it is Brock Lesnar was supposed to be potentially fighting in a UFC match at the beginning of next year. And the person he was supposed to be fighting just got busted for more issues with their wellness policy there in UFC. So that match isn't going to happen. That fight, rather. So I have a feeling we're going to see more of Brock Lesnar than what was originally planned. Therefore, they're not going to take the title off him anytime soon.
It's all going to be the Roman Reigns and Brock.
Yep, at WrestleMania. That's last I heard the current plan. With Reigns taking the title off of Lesnar at Mania. Which sucks. But we'll get into that here with the next match.
Kill me now. If that happens, kill me.
Right?
I'm already dead when they buried Sting, so I see you in the hell.
Yeah, they did Sting wrong, all kinds of wrong. That's for sure.
Could do Bray Wyatt and Triple H, Authority versus the guy taking down Authority, and do Sting and Undertaker. Let Sting lose. I'm fine with him losing to the Undertaker. You know why? It's the fucking Undertaker. That's why.
Right?
But then you won't expect him to win WWE? No. Don't give him to the guy Triple H who doesn't need the win anyway. It just blows my flipping mind.
Yeah. Speaking of Triple H, rumor has it that he might be heading over to SmackDown Live here in the near future. After Hell in a Cell.
For what?
Because the rumor is that KO will beat Shane McMahon inside Hell in a Cell. And Triple H will go over to SmackDown to try and stick up for his family.
Oh, yeah. Randy Orton, Triple H, take two. Okay.
No, Triple H and Kevin Owens, not Randy Orton.
Oh, it's the same fucking storyline.
Yeah, I know. Pretty much. It's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, it'd be nice, I guess, to see Hunter in some kind of storyline, but still. But anyways, that's getting a little off topic. The last match that's taking place at No Mercy might not be the main event, might be the main event. Who knows? It's definitely a WrestleMania caliber match. And I'm surprised they didn't hold off and have it at a WrestleMania, to be honest with you.
Couldn't get that look.
Roman Reigns and John Cena.
I'm going Roman.
Yep.
To build up him and Brock Lesnar. It won't be at WrestleMania. It'll be at Royal Rumble.
You think so, huh?
That's what I'm thinking. It'll be either at Royal Rumble or it'll be in Team Lesnar versus Team Reigns 5 Series. 1 to 2.
I can see that. I don't know that it'll happen because there's talks that if John Cena actually is at Survivor Series, could be Team Cena versus Team Reigns, but
that too, either one.
For one rumor I heard, if it's Team Reigns versus Team Cena, you might actually see a Shield reunion in that Survivor Series match too.
We all want to see that shit, don't we?
I'm fine with the Shield, Ambrose and Rollins, so don't need
The
Reigns.
Shield will never be the same like it was because of what they done with Roman. Roman was a badass in the Shield because he didn't talk and he just fought. Now he does both, and he's bigger than both of them. It just fucking... gosh almighty.
Well, at least WWE wants you to look at it that way. I don't know that the fans really would necessarily fully agree with you on that statement.
I don't agree with myself with that statement.
Right? So, if we're going to talk about this match, you can't do it without talking about the promo battles, well, if you want to call it battles, that they've had leading into it.
What, Roman getting buried? Yeah, good.
Yeah. Roman deserved every second of that, if you ask me. This past Monday night on Raw, that whole promo that Roman had, just so many people on Twitter and everywhere were saying how great of an interview it was. That blows my mind because I thought it was complete garbage, honestly.
Like PTW's last 5 matches.
But yeah.
John Cena buried him for about every week, and now he's going to put him over. So.
Yep, I fully agree with you.
It's a good strategy. It's honestly a good strategy for WWE to put there.
Now, the problem that WWE still has is that many people are saying they're trying to get Roman some fan support in this whole promo battles with John, but I'd say that backfired on him, honestly.
It did. They're trying to get when Cena leaves to have the same fan base Roman that they have with Cena. And it just ain't going to work that way. But
no, it's not.
Until they figure that out, until they figure out the big stars of like Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, them kind of people, and Adam Cole when he comes up, Bobby Roode, that's where your money's at. Right. But they want to make their own guy where their money's with them, and they know they're not going nowhere. But there's just not up times right now. NXT is. WWE ain't.
Right.
You don't need a 3-hour show to put a story over. You don't need a 2-hour show. NXT is at 5 with 1 hour. That way you're not getting bored seeing the same people over and over and over and over again. And in this day and age of social media, no one wants to sit down on a couch and watch stuff for 3 hours when they can go do something else and catch what happens on highlights on social media. That's just how this world is.
It's true. Yeah, I agree with you on that, but it seems like anything that WWE's tried to do to make Roman get cheered has backfired on him every step of the way, every time they do anything.
And it's going to keep on backfiring because he's just going to be a guy. The fans are going to love him or the fans are going to hate him. It's just that simple.
And
even when he turns heel, they're going to hate him for a little while, and then they're going to cheer him again.
When he turns heel, is that ever going to happen? I mean, if you ask Triple H, he's already partially heel, so.
And he's a heel at the tip of my ass cheeks.
No, he just thinks he's this big old cool guy or whatever because he swears during these promos with Cena. I think that makes him something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say one thing though, Roman did have a little bit of a point in that promo this past Monday, re-showing the Cena package from when he was in the feud with Rock. Cena pretty much is Rock in this storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I like how WWE's making it a shoot rival. I mean, that's pretty unique, and it's the right time to do it with them two guys.
Right. And I think just having that match and Lesnar and Strowman, those two matches are going to be the only things that really, as you mentioned, pretty much, the guy's going to save No Mercy.
No, it's only two matches I'm going to even maybe watch.
Right.
Maybe.
No, I'll be watching. I'll watch the whole thing, so.
I'll try, but who knows?
Right.
Look at my schedule. Sheesh.
Yeah. So those are the matches that they've got planned for now. I'm kind of surprised by a few people that don't have matches there, but apparently, from what I was just reading, the Hardys won't be in action because, well, if one of them is, maybe, the other one won't be. Looks like Jeff Hardy did get a injury that might keep him out of action for quite a while in that six-man
Yay,
on Raw
get to
Monday
see
night.
Broken.
No, you get
Essentially.
breaking.
But this makes, what, 2 pay-per-views in a row that the Hardys haven't really been involved in. I mean, they were part of the SummerSlam kickoff show, but that was the first match, on the first hour of the kickoff show that nobody was there to watch.
That was that was awesome. That was awesome. I loved every minute of it, and so did the rest of the crowd that bought tickets to watch the show.
Right?
They loved it too as they got their popcorn.
Yeah. I mean, if you ask me, that's not where Miz shouldn't have been on in that match. He should have been actually on SummerSlam, and so should have the Hardys. So.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I do want to touch on that Roman Reigns Cena match too, though, a little bit more. There has been some rumors circulating that somebody may return either during or after that match as well, setting up a potential last match for him.
Who's that?
The Undertaker.
No, how he went out is how he should go out. That's a perfect ending to a perfect career. Don't ruin it again like you have with so many others in the past. That's it. That's done. That's it. I love The Undertaker. Don't get me wrong. Keep him retired because that was a perfect way to go out.
I guess in a way I'd agree with you, but I'd also love to see the match that it might lead into if it does happen. So.
The only match I want to see if he come back would be him and Sting. That would be it.
See, there's a lot of people that he could face that would be interesting that's newer that he has never faced, but I'd still... You've seen him and Cena once, and it was not long after Cena came into the company, so that's why I would be fine with him coming back just for that one last match against John Cena. But I also understand where you're coming from and agree with you in ways too that the way he went out at WrestleMania was a great way to go out, and if he does return, I feel maybe they need to go with the American Badass gimmick if they do anything, because the dead man gimmick should be retired, especially.
Yep, I agree.
We'll see what happens. I just know he was at SummerSlam, and people were saying that he was working out before SummerSlam started, and that he's talked to Vince, and he might come back for that one more match. So we'll see what happens. What other big matches does John Cena have left, though, with his limited career right now, too, is a good question, in my opinion.
His limited schedule?
Yeah. His limited WWE schedule, that is.
Ain't no telling. Just to put somebody over.
That's, I would say, probably one of the best things he could do now, to be honest with you. Because he is getting... I am a John Cena fan, say that much first off. But just, he's getting closer and closer to the end of his career, whether he'd admit it or not. So, I'm sure he'll still get one more championship reign just so WWE can say he beat Ric Flair's 16 title reigns. But other than that, yeah, he should mainly just help out these younger guys or newer stars anyway. Yeah. That's just my opinion, though.
I totally agree.
Let's see. Who else? So I'm kind of
showing love and support.
Kind of surprised that they never have more of the cruiserweights. A little bit surprised that they don't have more of the cruiserweights involved in the pre-show at least. Some of them could use it.
Some of them? I mean, all of them?
Well, yeah, technically. Some of them shouldn't even be in the cruiserweight division, to be honest with you. So, no, it shouldn't be in my opinion. Some of them don't really belong in WWE, but. Not to beat a dead horse, but you were mentioning different guys that are cruiserweights that do fight in the heavyweight division. You kind of can't list guys from that without saying Kalisto.
Yep, it's the whole thing they've done with that cruiserweight thing has been nothing more than a failure.
I would agree, and I think... Ooh, yeah, I forgot about him. I wanted to touch on him, too. I think that the only way they can save it is to either A, just have 205 live and not have them appear on Raw, or B, just send them back to NXT and have Triple H in charge of all of it again, like he was for the Cruiserweight Classic. Because Vince obviously doesn't know what to do with the Cruiserweights.
He doesn't know what to do with them, it's just he doesn't care about it.
Right. Which was shown the first time they had a Cruiserweight division, if you ask me, so...
WWE is looking at everything like how MMA and UFC look at it. One big fight can sell the whole pay-per-view. And because, I mean, that's what's been working for them companies. But he's just feeling wrestling's not like that.
Right.
He thinks one big fight does it, so the one big fight in this case is Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Cena, Reigns. And that's the only thing he cares about is them two, the big fights that's going to carry the show. That's the only thing that's on his mind.
Yeah.
And then when we get close to WrestleMania, he can figure out how to make something else work. That's the only card he cares about stacking.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Which is unfortunate, but it's truthful.
It is.
Now, one person I'm hoping does show up at some point tomorrow night was actually the person who was supposed to be facing John Cena in the first place at No Mercy. So it wasn't supposed to be Reigns and Cena at No Mercy originally, whether you guys knew it or not.
I actually did not know that. No.
It was supposed to be John Cena going one-on-one with Samoa Joe at No Mercy.
Well, I'm fine with that.
But Joe ended up getting injured during a live event.
I think I did hear something about that now that you mention it.
Yeah. So, I'd even be fine if he somehow got involved in that Cena-Reigns match and potentially led into him and Cena at some point. The only problem with that is John's not supposed to be on Raw again for a while after No Mercy, from what I heard too, so...
But things changed. That can be changed easy.
That's true. So do you think we'll see Big Show in action again ever?
I would say so.
Think so?
I don't think he'll go out like that. I mean, the man's had a good career. I mean, he can't just go out getting squashed like that. It just
Right. Yeah, I would hope not. I'm hoping we'll see him at some point again. I know he had to have surgery after that match, but if you talk about that match, you can't not mention the jump off the cage that he actually did.
yeah. I mean, the Big Show's credit. I mean, he can put on some damn good matches.
Yes, he can. I would say some of his
He
best
can be-
matches lately have actually been the ones with Braun.
He can be the best and one of the worst. It just depends on who he's with.
It's true. And I know a lot of people like to praise Braun Strowman's feud with the Roman Reigns, but if you ask me, I think Big Show's brought the best out of Braun Strowman, not Roman.
I would agree.
Because they had,
I can tell that Braun Strowman looked up to the Big Show a lot.
right? They had one brief feud, but yet they still keep going back to that match, so that should tell you something, in my opinion.
Yep.
But I know we won't see Big Show at No Mercy. I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of people are thinking he's going to be retired and we're not going to see him in match again.
I would hope not.
Same here.
I would hope he gets one more run with something.
Yeah. I think it's No Mercy is going to be pretty much a lackluster event, though, nonetheless, other than those last two matches. I agree with you on that. Will we see any surprises? I'm hoping so, because otherwise,
It's going to be a very boring pay-per-view.
yes, it will be. And again, I have to go back to the Neville Enzo match. I hope Neville kicks Enzo's ass.
We couldn't get that lucky.
Probably not. But if Enzo does take the title off of Neville, I'm sure they won't have Neville win it back again right away. But I just hope if Neville loses it, they actually use him somewhere other than the cruiserweight division. Because
Yes and no, because I mean we've seen what Neville did outside it. I think just the cruiserweight thing, where he knows it's on him, just helps him shine.
I suppose so. He's proven that he can definitely talk though too, besides wrestle, and I think that's my main thinking of he'd be good on his own and against other guys too. So, but they need to, if they're gonna have him lose the title, they need to keep him away from the title for a while, in my opinion, because he's been champion for almost a year with that one little brief interruption.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I'm wondering if they're actually going to try to keep Enzo as a face, or if they might turn him heel, though, too, after what he did to Neville on 205 Live. You guys may not have seen, but he did kick Neville in the lower regions on the end of 205 Live.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Pretty much a field goal, or at least that's the way he played it off as. Like, really? That's made him look like a heel to me in this, and that got the crowd booed Enzo doing it, so. And you don't get too many boos for Enzo, if you want to be honest, from the crowds during his promos or matches.
Yep, you got a point.
If they do turn him heel, then I'd love to see and he wins the title, I'd love to see Cedric take it from him, but if he doesn't, then I'm certain a heel will take it from him if he wins the title. So, who that'll be is going to be the question, though, because what heels do they have built up enough that would be championship material in the Cruiserweight division right now, besides Neville?
Should get everything there.
Oh, speaking of divisions, I want to... What do you guys think of the tag team division on Raw right now?
The whole thing's crap. SmackDown, Raw, it's all horrible.
Now, do you think with the revival coming back at some point, do you think that'll help out the Raw tag team division?
If they stay healthy.
Right? That's the only issue, because one guy got injured right after they debuted, and then the next guy got injured not long after he came back.
It's just unlucky for both of them.
Yeah. They need to do is actually build up the teams more instead of the crap they have done, especially when you look at Gallus and Anderson. Those two guys should be given a lot more than what they've been given since they came into WWE, in my opinion.
I agree.
They had one title reign, which they can say they've had, which Enjo and Cass obviously couldn't, but in other teams. But that was a rather short reign, and they've been out of the title picture for the most part since then. And this whole nerds thing is stupid.
Yep. They need to film the Balor Club.
I would agree. That probably would help them. More than likely. That
It certainly can't hurt them.
Right? And actually give them a push, give them something to do. I mean, especially if Jeff Hardy is injured bad enough that he's going to have surgery and be out for a while. What other face tag team are you really going to push on the Raw tag team division other than Rollins and Ambrose?
Exactly.
And they're not going to be together for the long term. They're just together until they lose the titles, and Ambrose more than likely turns on Rollins. So, yeah. Other than that, you've got Cesaro and Sheamus. Obviously, you got the Revival if they can stay healthy. Is there any other tag teams I'm forgetting on Raw?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Do you think that they should just scrap having tag titles on both shows and just have all teams compete for one title then?
I would say so, because it would help out with the competition part.
Yeah, I would agree. For people who might not know, I'm not a fan of the Fashion Files crap on SmackDown, for one.
I don't watch it.
Breezango's a really good tag team in my opinion, but I don't like that crap. Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you. When they first did the draft, they had several tag teams on both rosters, but they don't really have that anymore. So
yeah, because they broke them up to go save the singles division.
Right. I mean, they're starting to build up the SmackDown tag division a little bit, having Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin in there, and who knows what's happening with Zach and Mojo right now. We'll see where that goes. And who knows what's going on with Primo and Epico. Last I heard, Primo's supposed to be coming back soon from an injury.
All right, Tony, I got to get out of here because I got work tomorrow, but DLock will help you finish this thing out.
Sounds good.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you.
All right, see you. Be careful. All right, taking it away.
Alright. What's your opinion on the tag team division?
I don't know. I mean, it's like a hit and miss. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, there's only about 4 or 5 tag teams for left on each roster, so
Yeah. There's my dog.
you only can see those teams face each other so many times before it gets stale. And the only thing that helps the SmackDown division right now, like I was mentioning, is that you got a new team in Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable.
Yeah.
But when you look
That's
at
about it.
Yeah.
That's about the only interesting team.
Right. Other than the New Day and the Usos, but that's the only other team you got besides those two teams on SmackDown. In my opinion, that's worth watching. Now, what I'm going to be interested in seeing is if they go through with an idea that they have for the New Day and Usos at Hell in a Cell, though.
Yeah.
Because they have confirmed they'll face each other at Hell in a Cell, but the question is, are they going to go through with the idea of putting it inside Hell in a Cell?
Probably not.
I'd love to see it.
It's never happened, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
Now, it has happened, but it was a handicap match, not just a tag match.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
When it was DX versus the McMahons and Big Show, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I never thought they would have done a tag team elimination chamber match, which they probably shouldn't have because that was terrible. But it happened, and I wouldn't be surprised if a Hell in a Cell tag match happened at some point. The only thing I'd be worried about is Xavier Woods is injured right now, and Kofi's not 100% right now either, so if they do step inside the cell, it's going to be that much more dangerous for either one of those two or both of them to get hurt worse.
Yeah, they're just struggling right now with tag teams, staying healthy.
Right? That's why I'd agree with what you and Dustin were saying. I think they need to scrap the two separate titles, have one WWE Tag Team Champion, and have all teams on both shows, I guess. Or at least have the champions on both shows, anyway. Like they've done in the past. I will say that the women's division, they actually have decent numbers of women on each show. I still think the talent's better on SmackDown than it is on Raw, though, in the women's division.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the talent. How are they going to use it?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Bayley, especially after the way the crowd has reacted towards her lately. Other than when she returned on Monday, but that was also in her hometown, so. We already know the Raw women's division is going to be taken over by Asuka when she debuts, so.
Yeah, but I don't know, like the Raw division is kind of getting repetitive.
Yeah, I'm just hoping they give more to them than what we'd seen in the past. I will say it's getting a little bit more competitive than what it was, because it used to be just Sasha, Bayley, Becky, and Charlotte was who you were seeing on the Raw division, for the women's division before the draft, and then after the draft you seen Sasha and Charlotte mainly. So, and then Bayley.
Yeah.
But now you can't say that because they're giving Emma a little bit more of an opportunity now, and the only two women who aren't shined really on Raw right now are Mickie James and Dana Brooke, and they get occasional matches, but
How did they get squashed?
for the most part, yes. other than when they put the two of them in the ring against each other.
Pretty much.
Over on the SmackDown division, you got Natalya now as the champion, which was shocking, but she's not going to keep that title for long, from what I'm hearing. And you got Charlotte, you got Becky, Naomi, Tamina, who actually looks like she's improved from what she used to show off in matches, in my opinion. I don't think Lana's actually going to wrestle again, so can't put her in there.
I heard she was getting released.
Oh, yeah?
Asking for a release.
I heard a rumor at one point that her and Rusev both supposedly had, but we'll see.
Who knows? Maybe she'll be his manager then.
Well, she is Tamina's manager at the moment, and I wouldn't be surprised if she went back and be with Rusev too at some point, but you never know. Yeah, I think with Asuka coming into the Raw division, then SmackDown would be the better place for Paige once she does make her return. The Raw division's getting a little too crowded when you add Asuka in the
Yeah.
mix. I think probably the match of the night will more than likely go to either, I would say, Cena and Reigns for No Mercy, though.
It's either that one or Braun and Brock.
The only problem with Braun and Brock is Brock doesn't usually, unless it's multi-man matches, his matches don't usually last that long.
Yeah, but they still. I don't know what it is about his matches. They don't. It's like they don't have to last long, because they're so. It's
True.
like it's so high impact. It's still good.
Right. And I guess I can agree with you on that, because if you look back even at his WrestleMania match against Goldberg, that was a short match, but hard-hitting match. It made its point. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of those other matches, you might call them sleeper matches, but they wake up the crowd at times, I'm sure. Some of them will. And that 5-woman match, if they do it right, could be a show stealer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't look like a big old clusterfuck, anyway.
Yeah. What it mostly looks like.
Yeah. Most of the time when they do those multi-woman matches, that's what they look like. But hopefully this one, we can keep our fingers crossed, they'll change that. And I'm honestly surprised they didn't change it into an elimination match like they usually do lately, too. We'll see.
Well, we'll see and find out. Hopefully, No Mercy is okay at least. Not terrible.
Right. I know. I'm kind of looking forward to Hell in a Cell more so than I am No Mercy already, and they haven't had a whole lot listed for that match or for that pay-per-view yet. So just knowing that Shane and KO are gonna fight inside Hell in a Cell is enough to sell that for me, in my opinion. But I'm also hoping, I doubt it'll happen, but I'd love to see Shinsuke Nakamura win the WWE title from Jinder Mahal at Hell in a Cell as well.
Yeah. But we will see in due time.
We will in a couple weeks. Speaking of which, we'll be back on that weekend sometime before Hell in a Cell, and we'll see who I can get to join me for that show, prediction show. And then after Hell in a Cell, let's see, think there's supposed to be another Raw pay-per-view in November before Survivor Series. The end of October or early November. Check my facts here. Oh yes, that's right. TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, is going to take place on October 22nd. So we've got No Mercy tomorrow night, then you got one more show for each brand.
Sick.
What's that? Before you get to Survivor Series.
And Survivor Series is right around the corner too. Yeah.
It's November 19th, 2 months away. Just saying now. And of course, when you talk about Survivor Series, you can't forget that's when the next NXT TakeOver event will take place as well.
Which will beat the main show as always.
Right? Especially if they lead into it with, I believe, I haven't read the spoilers for when they last recorded, but I have a feeling they're going to lead into the main event of that being Adam Cole versus Drew McIntyre for the NXT title. So, and if that happens, there's no way that Survivor Series is going to outdo TakeOver, in my opinion. Doesn't matter who you book. But yeah. Any last thoughts on No Mercy?
It better be okay. It needs to be okay. If it's good, it's good. It can't be bad. It's got to be okay.
Right? Yeah, I would agree on that. Let's just hope there's, like I said, some surprises or something that catches your eye during the event, because other than those last two matches, the WrestleMania type caliber matches, as they like to call them, there's not much to talk about during that show. So, they gotta have something happen, anyway, to keep viewers involved in the whole event. Yeah. And for that, I want to thank you, DLock, for joining me for this No Mercy prediction show.
Absolutely.
Very much
I'm glad you
appreciate
could witness me and Dustin's car rides. Basically how it is.
Very interesting. Like I said, must not be a dull moment. But yeah, I very much do appreciate it. We'll see who I can get on here in a couple weeks for the Hell in a Cell prediction show. I'm hoping that's going to be a more loaded event than what No Mercy is looking like it is.
Yeah.
Which SmackDown at times, in my opinion, does have better pay-per-views than Raw has, so we'll see what happens there. Alright. For now, we'll close this out, and been fun hanging out with you, DLock, and with Dustin Reagan. And this has been No Mercy Prediction Show. Thank you guys for watching. Tiger Talks Wrestling, this is Tony, signing out.